Pike's pushed more and far and up ahead. He's got out of line. Is now Pike going to have a go at Werrell? Don't push him off. He's in the championship fight. Jack Werrell chasing down Carl Jacklin. Further down, Rob Williams and Chris Barnes.
Sensational run outside line now though for the heavy braking zone. Around the outside goes the Audi R8.
Look how much Miller's caught back into play. Exactly, Miller's still start trouble. He's left on second and change. All of a sudden, Miller's back in play.
Standing out from the crowd is a challenge. You have the passion, courage, and ambition to do something extraordinary. You have an awesome story to tell and a wonderful vision to share with the world. At Eddie Videos, we take that vision and turn it into reality so you can be heard above the rest. You need something different, and we give you the ultimate advantage. We can help you transform your ideas, images, and clips into a professional video that brings your message to life and sets a new bar for excellence. Visuals, voiceovers, editing, animations, whatever you need, we've got it all. If you're a new business looking to make your mark or an experienced company searching for something new and amazing, we're here to help. Trust us to take your video to amazing levels of awesomeness.
Does he have it? Medeiros is going to get it.
Oh, look at Johnson! They haven't got it! He's on the outside line though, going into the fastest corner on the circuit. Surely this can't work.
Dominic Ligner has got a sensational run outside line now though for the heavy braking zone. Around the outside goes the Audi R8.
Look how much Miller's caught back into play. Exactly, Miller's still start trouble. He's left on second and change. All of a sudden, Miller's back in play.
Can Barry do it? Big Barry's going to do it! Big Barry! Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the UkSimracers MX5 Season 4 of 2023. It is round 10 already from Road Atlanta. I am James Parfitt. I'm going to be joined in the booth by the one, the only Mr. Zach Sweeney again here this evening. Welcome in, Ria. Hope you are well. Thank you so much for joining you, but let's bring you up to date with the current standings. In the pros, it is Tom Griffiths out in front on 1,149 with John Sylvester on 1,139 in second. Jamie Ayres on 1,104 with E1 Bramer on 1,036 and then Pete Van Gaal on 1,026. Miles Owens in sixth on 1,004 with Steve Hefford on 918 and Ralph Cullen on 821. Pete Newman on 777 with Dan Hunt on 636. Then you got Lee Deemer, Charles Callum, Brian Holmes, Ches Rizzo, Martin Sampson, Darren McLean and Jono Johnson in the championship at the moment. It is Arnold Chagnon out in front on 777 with Darryl Wright on 660 with Roger Morton on 577. Fiona Siddons on 423, then Colin Sanson on 401. Andy Littler in 6th on 306 with Alan Toon in 7th on 301. Alexander Longo in 8th on 284 with Dan Lewis on 229. Mick Barry 213, then Dale Bennison, Jason Hannington, Callum McPherson, and then Steve Hansford. In the team standings, it is SOB out in front on 3820 with Momo on 3513. Results Clothing on 1869 and Orion Race Team in 4th on 1470. Work Guide by Result on 1152 with Safeguard by Result on 1016, and then an Air Smart Racing, Pure Sims, Optical Green, DOF Realities, Year 1, Fix All Exite, and then Optical Red are your top 13. Now in the Prediction Cup, this is the situation now. It is Ria Subra still out in front by 20 points over Phil across the pond with our very own Zach Sweeney in 3rd on 1044. Then I'm in 4th on 993. Then you've got David Ayres Shadow, Colin Sanson, Lee Deemer, Mikey Pollard and Toxic Munchkin with Gary Walsh, Handsome Stew, Jason Addington, Carl Hardy, Tyce Van Gool, Dan Babbage and Brian Holmes. I was the biggest gainer last week. I was the only one who didn't get a DNF, and I scored 176 points with Rhea on 156, Phil on 133 and Zach on 107. So leading into this evening, we have got a reverse grid of a top 14 for race 2, but we have just entered qualifying, and I think it's time now to bring Zach into the booth. Good evening, young sir. How are you?
You know what? I'm doing all right, actually. You know, I feel quite energized. I feel ready to go, and I'm looking forward to this because Road Atlanta is an amazing venue. I have to say, it is honestly one of my favorites when it comes to the North American side of things. It's a very fun-flowing track and can, you know, lend itself quite well to overtaking. Really good for a variety of things, obviously, both endurance side, club level stuff as well. Road Atlanta just does a bit of everything, and should definitely be a lot of fun in terms of these good old MX5s that we love to see on a Tuesday evening. Don't really like how the situation is in the Predictions Cup, purely because my last 4 weeks have been absolutely shambolic, and I don't think I've had a clean round since, well, I don't even know, since whenever, since I last had a good round, basically. So it's not looking good, but you know what?
No, I'm catching you up slowly, dear sir. I am catching you up. As I said, I've gained the most points last time out at the Hungaroring as well with 176. I pulled literally 69 points back on you last week. You know what I mean?
Well done. I'm really proud of you, James.
Thank you. So you should be. 15 minutes of qualifying at Road Atlanta, which is a circuit that me and Zach do know very well. And we've been here more times than I've probably had hot dinners over the last 2 years, as we are into that Petit Le Mans season, should we say, that happens towards the end of the year. And I don't know how many times I've been here over the last 5 weeks, but I can probably tell you it's quite a lot at the moment here as well. Zach, turn 10, 10A, 10B, whatever we want to call it, going down into the chicane. Probably one of the main overtakes, but again, we talk about overtakes for the UkSimracers MX5, and generally it's anywhere on the circuit, isn't it? I don't think there's a set place that these guys won't make an overtake.
If it's got a braking point, a turning in point, and an acceleration point, it's an overtaking opportunity. You know, I've just described a corner, basically. Any corner on the circuit, fair game, right? And these guys, they do a great job of demonstrating that nowhere's off limits. I mean, obviously there are better corners than others to get moves done. You know, that goes without saying. That's every single track ever. You know, you don't see many, you know, moves done through the S's as such, but that doesn't mean they can't be done. It just means it's a little bit more tricky, deserves a bit more respect and the right circumstance. But these guys, they'll go for moves anywhere on a circuit. Of course, the main action point, as you say, probably will be into the chicane of turns 10 and 11. I refuse to call it turns 10A and 10B because it's not. It's turns 10 and 11. They're two separate different corners. Anyway, through the chicane, that braking point, you know, downhill braking as well, you're going with gravity, so you've got to brake a little bit earlier. You're coming off the fastest section of the circuit, off that run from turn 7 all the way down the hill and that back straight run, of course, where you're just completely flat out for the entirety of it. The higher speeds these MX5s will reach. So prime overtaking opportunity. Of course, there are plenty. Well, there's plenty of potential for people to go side by side, stick it through the final couple of corners. We've seen that time and time again in sim racing. Red Lantern's a very raceable circuit, but it's also a very tough one. Consistency and raw pace, they're going to be the best bang for your buck.
Yeah, I think so. I think you're full agreed here as well. It's a very difficult circuit in conjunction with lining yourself up. You know, there's certain parts of the circuit here that you just can't go side by side, right? And unless it's fully facilitated. Turn 1 is a place that you really do not want to be going turn 2 by 2, because if the inside guy drifts out just a little bit, the guy on the outside is going to end up in the grass and running up straight up the grass into what is turn 2 and turn 3, that tricky left and right. Again, not a corner for too wide. I wouldn't recommend it, as is running down the S's. Definitely a no-go through the S's, and if you are going to try it, well, you're going to get bitten by the snake that is turn 5 at the bottom, because trust me, that at times has got a bigger bite than a lion, because it will bite you, chew you up, spit you out and throw you into the barrier. Whether that's the left-hand barrier because you've hit the curb on the right-hand side, or the right-hand barrier because it's spun you around and spun you back and you're corrected and you've hit the wall. So, options for these guys really, Zach. Where are we looking? Out the run out of 7 down into 10? Surely that's got to be the best option.
Yes, I mean, as we say, anywhere's fair game, but as I say, sort of the ones that you would expect to have a higher percentage are going to be, you know, your turns 10 and 10B. But, you know, turn 1 could also be a good shout. I mean, especially if you go side by side through 10B, 11 and then 12, and then, you know, keep your footing into turn 1. Definitely good overtaking opportunity. It is quite fast of a corner. It doesn't look it, because it is, you know, I think just over 90 degrees in terms of radius. So you can carry quite a bit of momentum through, but that doesn't mean that you can't send moves from decent distances, or, you know, it's one of those corners where the driver ahead just runs a little bit wide and you nip on the inside. So those types of overtakes, or when the driver in front makes an overtake and you follow them through on the inside, that is definitely not going to be how you're getting any moves done, though, unfortunately. But yeah, just in general, you know, turns 10A, 10B, turn 1 probably, maybe into 6 if the opportunity arises. I wouldn't expect that to be a huge one, though, because of the long run that is literally a corner later. But yeah, turns 10, turn 1, turn 6, I reckon.
Yeah, it's going to be very, very tough. I think for, you know, certain points you don't want to try. I think they're brave if they go turn 1, Zach. I've got to be honest. I think that would just be incredibly brave, incredibly crazy, due to the fact that obviously that run in that turn, that just that little bit wide out of 1, and you are on the grass, or the inside guy hits the curb and he's coming your way regardless of seeing it. We've seen it in other series. Steve Hefford's just got to put it on pole there. 134.77. Newman on a 130. Van Gaal, sorry, on a 135.06. You can see the three Momo guys working together, giving each other a little bit of a tow, with Jamie Ayres at the front of this queue as he's sitting in 4th. Newman is the cork almost in the bottle between the three, and he's sitting in 3rd. In the AMS, Fiona Siddons is doing a great job leading the way, with the championship leader Arnold Chagnon down in 10th at the moment. Either way, we're going to get exciting racing, right? We're coming into the last 7 minutes of quali. The racing's going to be epic. It always is epic. It always is amazing. And I don't expect Road Atlanta to be any different.
No, don't at all. I mean, anyone watching at home, of course, will know. Of course, our regulars here for the UK SimRacers will know that race 1, 2, 3, and 4 all boast a ton of action. Those that are new, buckle up, because you're about to find out, and you're about to be very much exposed to arguably some of the best MX5 racing, on iRacing, some of the best racing that I definitely have seen in sim racing. Because are these guys your Diego Pintos and Maximilian Berneckers and James Baldwins? Not really, no. Are they going to be winning thousands of pounds prize money racing at the top level? Probably not. But they're still good. They're still great drivers. They're still fast drivers. But the most important thing is they're a community of people who are passionate. And they are here because they enjoy it. And they're here because what else would they spend their Tuesday night doing? They've got their they've done their practice, and they've all got together. They've all had their banter. They're all here to race, and that community aspect of things really does aid the respect and the driving standards of a championship. Obviously, you have some outliers where everyone's crashed into each other as if it's officials, but the UK SimRacers definitely has something special in the fact that the atmosphere that you've got and the respect between each of these drivers means that you can push the limits with these guys. They will test what these cars are capable of.
Yeah, absolutely, and they will side by side, they will door bang, they will do a lot of other things there as well. Austin, the only person I sit through the ads for is JPB. Well, thank you very much for that one. I'm sorry for that, Austin, I can't help that, you know what I mean, to be fair. But you do get to listen to the sultry tones of myself and Mr. Sweeney, of course, and you do watch some great MX5 action. So it's the trade-off for 30 seconds of adverts to watch some great epic racing and listen to Zach, because, what more could you ask for? He's sultry tones. Yes. So there we go. Pete Newman's just gone and jumped the front, and he did it all on his own here. If he's doing it all on his own, and the Momo guys are all working together and they still can't beat his time, well, I think they could be in trouble.
Oh yeah, for sure. It is going to be tough to tip. But 34 seconds, that is a rapid time. But Hefford isn't a million miles away. Let's see what he can do. He's got 4.5 minutes left of this session, which means probably about 2 flying laps left. Let's see. He's got to be hopeful that he might be able to get a good slipstream at a good time and utilise the driver in front. I think the white, that's PVG just ahead of him. And let's see, a bit of traffic to contend with one of the SOB cars, but hopefully it doesn't slow him down too much. Steve Hefford, 700ths of a second isn't a lot to close, but again, Pete Newman, he himself could still improve.
Yeah, to be fair though, when we talk about improving, normally this late on in the qualifying session, there's not masses of improvements. We talk about that 10th, we talk about that 1000th. Pete mentioned it last night in the Clios. He's just got 3 out of 3. Then took in his 3rd championship there, and he won the team standards in the pros. And he talked about it last night. There's always some improvement to try and make. There's always some 10th, some 1000th, some snippet of time that you can always get out of a circuit. And to be fair, us normal individuals who don't drive regularly or do drive but don't think we can quite get that, we generally wouldn't look for that 10th. We hit a ceiling, and then we kind of can't seem to improve anywhere. But people who do these cars every single week, like these guys, can get that extra 10th. They can get that extra 1000th out of their lap, and I think that's what makes them completely different to the regular official MX5 racers.
Yeah, to be fair, the official MX5 stuff on iRacing isn't bad. I really enjoyed my time on the doing the MX5 stuff. When you first get iRacing, you basically you've got the Formula V and you've got the MX5. Those are your 2 choices. The MX5 leads you into the sports car stuff. The Formula V leads you into the F4, the F3, the the Super Formula, the Formula 1 cars. That sort of branch that those 2 cars sort of lead you in. And the MX5, I loved. I thought I had some really good racing. Obviously, you've got the oddball, but people slate officials quite a lot. But the thing is, with iRacing, people are paying like 80 quid a year to come and race on it, even a little bit more. That's just to have it, right? Then you've got 15 quid a track, 15 quid a car. It quickly adds up, and that means that those on iRacing are doing it because they're taking it seriously. Because no one in their absolutely right mind is going to be spending that much money on something they're just going to use as a bit of a laugh. They might. It depends how much disposable income they've got, I guess. But, anyone that cares about having their heating on would probably only be on iRacing if they're serious about it. So, yeah, for the vast majority of people, it is actually quite enjoyable and quite respectful. But, again, with it being a community, you then funnel that down even more. So the initial funnel that goes into sort of respect is iRacing costing a fortune, but you still have some, and then you funnel it down even more to the people that are in communities and want to league race and want to be with other people that do it, and then you get to the bottom of the funnel, which is nice and filtered, nice and clean, respectful racing, like we do for the UK SimRacers MX5s.
Absolutely. Or you could become a broadcaster like me and then end up having to buy the tracks and cars anyway, to be fair. So, you know, hey.
Yeah, but James, for what we do, right, can't complain as to the money. It's just alright.
Says Zach, who doesn't buy the money, who doesn't buy the cars, and Zach is.
No, exactly. So it's just more profit.
It's worth it 100%, says Austin. 30 seconds of ad for an hour and a half racing. It seems like a good ratio. Absolutely. Ria's already got Newman for race number 1. God blimey, you're keen. Zach, you need to get your pick in quick. I lost complete. No, Phil. No, I haven't seen him. Evening, Miles. Hereford. Okay, I am gonna go with Ez. I haven't seen Phil. I've not heard from Phil either. Hey, what about the is that the FF16? I can't see that because I've got
the Fords.
I got a little thing. FF Ray 1600 cars. Maybe.
I think he means the Formula Fords.
Oh.
But they're basically Formula Vs anyway. Formula Fords are just Formula Vs with a bit more power. You know what I mean.
I do know what you mean, but let's bring the grid up for race 1 here as well. Pete Newman is on pole with Steve Hefford, Jamie Ayres in your 1, 2, 3. PVG in 4th with Miles Owen 5th, Tom Griffiths 6th, Ewan Bramer, John Sylvester. Then the arms of Darryl Wright, Colin Sansom, Arnold Chagnon and Fiona Siddons, Alexander Longo, Andy Littler, Jason Addington, Sir Alan Mick Barry, Ralph Cullinan, no time on the board with Darren McLean also there as well. So a tough one for Mr. Cullinan. Couldn't quite get a time on the board, I believe. Probably off tracks may have had something to do with that here at this very tricky circuit. So let's get this up and running there as well. Don't forget, get your picks in for race 1 if you want to join in and you're going to pick somebody. Do it before the end of the race, obviously. That would be an ideal scenario. So I do have a little bit of time to write it down here as well and join in with the Prediction Cup. If you are coming now this season, you are quite late. So, you know, don't expect miracles with your scores. But coming up, some fun with us. Pick who you think is going to win race 1. The only rule is not the same person all evening. Here we go. Lights are on, 4 lights, 5 lights, and the UKM SimRacers MX5 is up and running. It is green, 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 with Newman getting an absolute dynamic start. He has been well away with PVG, and Jamie Ayres going to take it side by side into turn 1. This is the problem. This is where we said it's got to be very facilitated here, otherwise they are going to be in trouble as they go roaring up the road now as well. There's a blinking car in the middle, and I don't mean blinking as in here, son. Here's my blinking shoes. I mean as in somebody having a bit of a blink. But Pete Newman's got away. Everybody's away cleanly at the moment there, Zach. There is a few changes in position. Chagnon up 2. He's jumped both of the arms in front of him. Miles Owens also up 1 as well. Newman gets it all out of shape. Here comes Steve Hefford now. They're going to run side by side down into turn 6. Hefford takes the lead.
Steve Hefford, what a good guy, what a move as well. Wasn't too hard fought, and that is wide. Oh my goodness me, Pete Newman immediately back down the inside. What a, to be fair. Oh, he's got one himself. Pete Newman's off. He's down 1, 2, 3, make that 4, maybe even 5, with Tom Griffiths having a little bit of a rave in the background as he pulls himself alongside. Pete Newman a little bit too excited. I think he's going to drop all the way down to 7th place. Yes, he is. 8th place even behind John Sylvester. That was a huge mistake and is going to cost him so much ground. Here comes Jamie Ayres to the left-hand side of Steve Hefford into turns 10A and 10B. Pete Newman, that's not like him.
No.
Is Adam Delmont driving?
No. Ouch. No, he's not. But you see what's happened there, though, with Jamie Ayres taking the lead. We're now going to try and run 3 wide over the hill. We got the SOBs, we got PVG, we got Tom Griffiths, and we got Newman. It's going to be side by side, 2B2. You can see the cars there as well. 3 SOBs, PVG squeezed right in as he's coming up the inside into turn 1. He's going to make it through. Is he going to get up the long side? They're going to try and run 2 wide. It almost ends up in failure for Evan Bramer. Now they're trying to go up through turn 2 and 3, and it is Ayres Hefford. And then you've got the SOBs of Miles Owens, Pete Van Gaal, and Ewan Bramer with John Sylvester in the middle, and Pete Newman trying to fight his way back through as well. Looks like Ralph Cullinan and Mick Barry may have had a little bit of a contact there and unfortunately dropped down the field. But now it's Steve Hefford. Jamie Ayres out in front for that run down into turn 6 once more. Hefford now takes the lead. His Ayres going to set him up down into the straight. Newman's also made the move up the inside of Ewan Bramer here as well. He's trying to go. Is he going to be able to get through? He is going to be able to get through. But the question will be, Zach, for how long?
Yeah, that is the big one. And, well, there's still plenty of racing left to go as well. So, yeah, bring it on side by side for the lead. Still Jamie Ayres versus Steve Hefford. I think these guys are going to go at it all race long. They have to be careful, though, because... Oh, wow. Steve Hefford having a little bit of a moment as well, going into turns 10 and 10B. I think Ayres is just going to have the measure going in. You can see side by side in the background. I think that's Ewan Bramer on the inside of Sylvester for 6th. But that's caused no change on the timing tower. Steve Parfitt all over the rear end of his teammate is putting him under a little bit of pressure. But as I say, they've got to be careful because everyone behind, they're going to eat this up.
Absolutely. I think they definitely will here, and I think they're going to just pull everybody along. It's these front 4 with the next group behind them. There's not a massive gap, as there is not between Ralph Cullinan and Alan Toon down in 12th and 13th. Into turn 3 again, around the right hander over that curb. Now they got the run out of 4. It's Ayres, Hefford, Owens, Van Gaal and Newman, and we've got them all the way down here as well to Tom Griffiths. 2.2 seconds between 1st and 8th place. 4 seconds now between Chagnon. Bramer and Griffiths have just swapped positions at the same time here with John Sylvester trying to make his way through. Steve Hefford's under attack from Miles Owens. Owens is trying to go around the outside of turn 7. That's not going to work, I don't think. All that's going to do is likely to open up the inside line. I think Pete Van Gaal's had a moment. He has had a moment. That's included most of the people, some of the people behind here. Surely that hasn't pulled Pete Newman into it again, has it here for PVG? Coming round turn 6, makes contact. There's Newman knocking his bumper off, and unfortunately for PVG, everybody else did manage to get through, but boy, oh boy, that was close. And Fiona Siddons is also very close here as well.
Yeah, side by side, of course, with Andy Littler. This is the fight for 9th place, which is very decent positions. Fiona Siddons, let's see what they can do. I mean, with the, with how competitive that AM class is, to be up there, not only in 2nd in class, but also, 9th overall, you've got a high level of competition. It takes a lot of pace in order to succeed, but obviously then in the background you can see Ralph Cullinan, who is such a dark horse and a weird one in this championship. He's either the quickest guy out there or struggling for points. Side by side, Fiona Siddons, Andy Littler. Is Ralph Cullinan going to do the follow through? Not quite close enough, but Siddons, to be fair, 3-1. Oh no, don't do this. I can't look.
It didn't go well. Cullinan has gone round. And would you like to know what caused that? And I can tell you what caused it. Apart from Cullinan sending it 3 wide, there was slight contact with Siddons and Littler. Littler went into Ralph Cullinan. On the way in, when that 3 wide was developing there was a flash of the brakes from Andy Littler there. And then watch. He goes again, and he's still on the brakes. That brings Cullinan into it, and this is what the result was. Slight touch, and then unfortunately for Ralph Cullinan, he has gone round. Steve Hefford fighting out with Owens, Newman, Bramer, Griffiths. Newman back up into 4th there. The boy Jamie Ayres out in front at the moment. They're slowly dropping Sylvester off here as well. Sylvester's not quite got the pace at the moment.
No, not quite, which is again really strange. Not like him whatsoever, but he does a good job of that. It's just hanging on, and he will always be there if something does go wrong. He doesn't need to be the quickest guy. He just needs to be the smartest guy. And right now, he obviously doesn't look to be much of either, but don't doubt his long game plan. Tom Griffiths battles with Bramer. Boom, Sylvester's there. Then you've got Newman on the back of Owens. Boom, Sylvester's there. He is one to capitalise. And while he is a little bit detached, he's, just the one with the little legs at the back of the friend group as they all try and walk away from him. But He is there. He is kind of staying in contention. It all depends on how hard these guys battle over the course of the next half a race. But Jamie Ayres, Steve Hefford, leading the way, of course, for Momo with Miles Owens and Pete Newman, Ewan Bramer. It's a very stacked field, so you can't exactly blame John Sylvester for being a little bit on the downside because, you know, these guys, they're always fighting for the top spot well, that fight for the top spot continues here.
Yeah, absolutely. As well, a stellar job from all of these guys. 2, 4, 6, nearly 7 cars involved. Fiona Siddons and Littler are back together again. Pete Van Gaal looks like he's battling it out with Mick Barry, and as you can see, PVG's got no front wings, so that's not really going to be a battle here either. So we look on to the roof of the SOB of Ewan Bramer on that run down into turn 10 now. The 36 chasing down the 118 is just pulled out on Miles Owens. Is he going to make it up the inside? Owen, well, he gave that up very easily there, didn't he? He gave it up very easily, I thought, for Miles Owens. He didn't really seem to push that outside line. And normally that outside line, once you get the inside for the exit of 10B, should we say, is normally the quicker line. So I'm a bit confused by that.
Yeah, I mean, for Miles Owens, yeah, that is strange for his standards. He almost just... He always fights it. Always.
Yeah.
So, yeah, maybe he's... Oh, my goodness me. Ewan Bramer. That... I know that's bound to happen because of the Constantine effect, but it still made me put my heart in my mouth. But yeah, Miles Owens, he's usually quite aggressive with it. Maybe just his understanding of the overall sort of the mutual gain from allowing, you know, not fight. And oh my goodness me, who's that? That's Jamie Ayres.
Oh, that is Jamie Ayres. Was this all on his own? Was this out of the famous turn 5? Is there going to be a curb on the right hand side? There is. There you go. Into the barrier. Jamie Ayres is another man with no bumper, and he's dropped down the order as well. He's sitting in 8th place at the moment. He is still running, but he's got no bumper on it here. Steve Hefford now is the only Momo up the front. It looks like the Momos would not want their bumpers this evening. Can Steve Hefford hang on to it? He's going into the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, not long left to go whatsoever, but Hefford has now been given this race lead. Miles Owens now is reaping the mutual benefit of it as he fights for the lead. Steve Hefford going to move back to the inside of turn 10B. 2 wide, 2 deep as well. You can see Ewan Bramer trying to capitalise. They're going to be 3 wide as they run their way down the hill. You can see there Pete Newman on the comeback, but he's thread the needle through the middle. It's now the outside as they emerge. They are absolutely flying in formation to start the final 5 minutes of this race. It's Hefford from Newman as he continues his battle side by side as Ewan Bramer chucks the move. They continue their run 2 abreast into the S section. Is this going to end well? We'll find out.
Well, it's looking like it is ending well at the moment. Hefford has made his way through. Newman running there as well with Ewan Bramer down through the right-hand side. We go. They drop down through turn 4. Coming left, coming right. Now they're going to go over the tricky curb of 5. Are we going to have one Momo surviving with his bumper as PVG and JBS both do not have theirs? There's been a tat-tat-tat down the back with Darrell Wright and Andy Littler. They've fallen all the way down the order here. It's going to be a tough one. They're still dropping down as well. Darrell Wright's got no bumper. Did the teammates almost do the same again? They were trying to go 3 wide once more. Littler again. He's not letting anybody up front there, is he? His old John, his Andy Littler. As yet again, he pops Darrell Wright after the same incident with Ralph Cullinan there.
Yeah, these guys are punchy in some capacity. I suppose that's one way to put it, but well, the show must go on despite the issues side by side. Bramer and Hefford, who have fallen back a little bit. Hefford, of course, losing the lead to Pete Newman, who was, to be fair to him, been on a great fight back from 8th place at the end of lap 1 to now leading. Hefford is under pressure. Here comes Bramer to the right-hand side, down through 11 into 12, and he is going to be able to pick his way up into 2nd place. So Hefford, he needs to find something, and more importantly, these guys need to stop fighting for 2nd, because Pete Newman is the last driver you want to let get away.
You don't want to let Newman get away. How many times have we seen it in the Clios? You give him an inch And the saying goes, you know, it's like anything. You give a kid an inch, he takes a mile. You give Newman an inch, he's going to take 5 seconds out of you. And that will be the end of it. He is going to have you all the way through. And that's going to be absolutely done and dusted for you lot down here. And he's opened up 6 temps already. Fiona Siddons, Colin Sampson and Longo. They've just gone side by side round to turn 3 on that run down into 4. My denture cream has come loose. Unfortunately, I'm all over the place this evening. But let's see as these guys battle it out with the recovering Irishman of Ralph Cullinan coming into behind them here as well. 2 pockets of battles. We've got this battle on our screen and we've got this front 5 battle going on as well, Zach.
We do indeed, and what a front 5 battle it firmly is. I mean, it's what we see. It's copy paste every week with the same few drivers at the front fighting out, but it never gets boring, never ever, because while it's the same 5 drivers, they're always in rotation. There's always, you know, the driver that was dominant last week might be the underdog of the front 5 this week. Maybe the likes of John Sylvester or whoever. And then obviously the underdog of last week can now have the dominant run this week and make the most of their pace. So it's constantly swinging around left, you know, up and down in terms of the order, left, right, I suppose, if they feel so inclined to fight like that out on track, which they have been, definitely. But with only 2 laps left to go, this front 5 is constantly in circulation, constantly swapping around, and it's what we like to see. Would we prefer Pete Newman to run away and win by 10 seconds? Probably not. I like having 5 drivers who will give each other a fight week in, week out.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the thing. It's not always 5, though, is it? We don't always see 5. We sometimes see 6. We sometimes see 7. We can have an 8-car battle. We can have a 9-car fight. And I think that's what makes this so exciting. And this is it as we're coming into the 1 minute 20 remaining. There's going to be the last lap after this one. There's battles through the field. You've got this front battle. You've got Sylvester's battle. You've got Sanson, Longo. They're fighting out with Cullinan as well. Behind that, Mick Barry's being closed down by Sir Alan Toon, of all people, who is got some pace here this evening as well, which is great to see. And Hefford is now pulling in Bramer in, and now Newman is trying to break a draft. Look at the pace they have got here as well. Steve Hefford on the left-hand side, he's got window wipers on. It's raining in Atlanta. Jokes. Not in iRacing just yet, but next season.
I actually looked up. Why did I look up?
What?
I looked away. I looked away to look at the standings or something, and then I looked back because you said it. I actually turned my head. I didn't give it a second thought. I was like, what?
Good job as well on the final lap. Zach's got rain in his bedroom.
Says Gallopball on the ceiling as well.
Quality. Oh dear, we're really on race 1. That's going to set a precedent for the rest of the evening. As Steve Edward, Pete Newman, Ewan Bramer and Tom Griffiths fighting out for the last lap here as well. Great racing already. 10 laps under the clock here, Zach, and we're on that run from 6 to 7.
Yeah, not long left to go at all. It's, you know, yeah. It's a Tuesday evening after all, I suppose. We all get the giggles. Nose to tail, though, look at these 5 cars. They are absolutely... It's very picturesque, I have to say. But Steve Hefford, come on, son. Give me some good luck, please. Pete Newman, though, this is your final opportunity. This is the do or die. This is the send it or live in regret. Let's see what he's going to be able to do. Defensive naturally goes Steve Hefford as they run their way through the kink. The final overtaking opportunity of the circuit, of the race. Side by side as Bramer is pushing him through as well. Hefford is going to have a tough ask of keeping that lead. He's not going to be able to. Pete Newman might nick it.
Newman's coming up over the hill. They're going to be running 3 wide further down as well. You can see it here all happening once more. We're going to go on board the JPB jobber. Pete Newman has taken the victory. Is it going to be Brown? Oh, they're already over the line. I forgot the lines right back at the beginning. It was Bramer, Hefford and Sylvester with Chagnon taking that win in the AMS. I forgot that line. It's literally just round this corner, isn't it? It's not all the way down where you expect the line to be. It's literally there. So, yeah, completely forgot that one. But well done, Pete Newman. Stellar job from him. And he takes the victory. Where did Jamie Ayres finish in the... Oh, he's in the pits.
He didn't, did he?
Oh, not a great start for me there.
Also, Rhea would like to assure us that she didn't type Newman and went for Hefford, by the way.
Oh. She did
Yeah,
type...
she said that. She said I didn't type Newman, I typed I'm picking a new man and going for Hefford.
Oh. When did you change, though? That's the problem. You know what I mean?
No. She wanted to change. Let her change.
When did you change? That's the problem. Oh, double right. It's a very badly damaged double right machine as he comes over there as well. I think you got to admit that race one was epic, right? And I love Road Atlanta, and I love this series in these cars. I don't love the fact that my boy's all the way down in 18th, however. Pete Newman is your winner with E1 Bramer and Steve Hefford. John Sylvester in 4th. Tom Griffiths 5th. Miles Owens in 6th. Arnold Chagnon is the winner of the IAMS with Ralph Cullinan. Then Colin Sampson and Longo finish off the podium. Siddons, Toon, Barry Haddington, Littler, Van Gaal, Darrell Wright and Jamie Ayres and Darren McLean, who I don't believe actually started. Right, top 14 reverse, so that's going to put Jason... No, it's not a top... Yeah, it's top 14. So Jason Haddington's going to be on pole position. So Zach, pick for race 2. I'll leave the results on the screen for you there.
Let's go for... Griffiths, I think.
Griffiths. Let me know. Hefford for race 2. Okay. For Rhea and... Oh. Do you know what? I think I'm going to go Miles Owens. I didn't actually change. I made a joke when Newman lost spots. He's trying to make me... Hold on. So who have you picked? I'm so confused. Who have you picked? I'm sure you picked Hefford. That's what I got down. Zach, I'm confused. Help me out.
She picked Hefford. No, I'm joking.
She did pick Hefford, I think.
Yeah. No, she went for Newman. She just didn't have faith after lap 1 and was like, "Oh, well, I'm going to change and go for Hefford." It's fine. I was hoping I could trick you, but nothing gets past her. I made a joke because of his name. Bite me. No.
Right. Okay.
She's going for Hefford
yeah,
for 2.
I've got Hefford for 2. Can't wait for the GT4, says Austin. Note the new season of the GT4s. I will say, if you do want to get signed up, because they are nearly full. 40 cars. So the GT4s are nearly full up. Right, you have got minimum amount of spaces. Clios, they've all just started coming through. They've just finished the season as well, so the first 15 spots have already gone. Get yourselves involved if you want to get involved in the Clios as well, because that kicks off again the 2 days before the GT4s. So make sure you get involved with that. And the TCR announcement's going to come out tomorrow, as well as we're heading on our European tour. So there's some great tracks. There's also a change of format involved as well. They're going to be doing 3 races, 2 15 minutes and a 30 with a top 10 and a top 15 reverse. So get yourself involved in that one. Join the JPB Leagues Discord down below. Don't forget the UK SimRacers are also coming to the end of their season. If you want to get involved with that one as well, you can head over to uksimracers.co.uk, look for the Discord link, join the Discord, ask the admin, and I'm sure they will be able to get you in as well once we start off 2024. No announcement at the moment from these guys about next season. I will have a chat with them shortly, I'm sure, where we will confirm what's happening next season, whether or not they're going to break for the rest of 2023 or they're going to do a league and run in. I'm not entirely sure. Or maybe take 2 weeks off like we are with JBB. Over the Christmas period, guys, it is going to be very quiet on JBB. We as a company will be taking a rest for a couple of weeks. Most of the leagues have got breaks anyway, so if over Christmas there's nothing going on the JBB YouTube channel, please don't be offended. We haven't folded, we haven't collapsed, we haven't given up, we haven't stopped broadcasting. We're just on a break. I think we broadcast pretty much nearly 360 odd days of the year. I think you can miss us for 2 weeks while we all go and enjoy Christmas with our families. I don't know what Phil's going to do, to be honest.
He's going to have to go watch someone else.
He'll be back.
What if he finds someone new?
Oh, well, then our relationship with Phil will come to an egregious end, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But I also believe Phil will be
sign
back.
a prenup?
We did. No, we didn't. We didn't sign a prenup, but I believe it will be okay.
Okay, we'll be fine.
Yeah. So I'm sure we'll be fine. But you know, look, we, as JPB as a whole, as a company, every single one of us has worked hard. People are doing day jobs and night jobs, and you know, Zach here's working 5 days a week and coming to work for me for 4 of them in the evening, or 3 of them in the 4 of them actually in the evenings. So we're all
And
just
everyone else.
and everyone else at the same time. So we're all just going to take a break. I am planning my calendar around giving everybody a 2-week off. So from the 22nd of December, I believe we won't have anything else on until the following January, where we do see you in 2024, guys. So there you go. I know everybody's upset, Zach, but I need a break. I'm not going to lie.
No, I've just dropped my mince pies.
Oh no! Zach's covered himself in mince pies, but why are you sorting out his mince pies? Let's bring you up the grid for race 2. Jason Haddington in first, with Mick Barry in second, Harlington third, Fiona Siddons fourth, Longo fifth, and Colin Sampson sixth. 3 rows of arms. Then we've got Ralph Cullinan, Arnold Shonyon, Miles Owens, Tom Griffiths, John Sylvester, and then Steve Hefford. And then on from now, Ewan Bramer, Pete Newman, Andy Littler, Pete Van Gaal, Darrell Wright, Jamie Ayres, and Darren McLean, who I believe is not going to make this one. We are going to be up and running very, very shortly. The lights are coming on once more here. We're going to be moving. Can it all take shape at the front? There's a jump start from Steve Hefford. Has anyone got... Oh, Ria's got Hefford. He's going to have to take a penalty. Is Steve Hefford. He's jumped to start already. And that's released Jason Hannington out in front. That's not a good start for you, Ria Subra, as Steve Hefford jumped to start and is now trying to get on his bike here once more to try and break away. To be fair to Steve, that's probably the only thing he can do, Zach. Try and open a big old massive gap and lose as little time as possible as Mick Barry goes on the grass here once more, and that run down onto 4. Not quite sure what Steve Hefford was doing there. It's something, yeah, it happens.
It does, yeah. Well, what an interesting start to this race, I have to say. But, well, he's leading for now. It'll be very short-lived, but at least there is that. Tom Griffiths making a little bit of progress. He's up 1 place. Miles Owens making some good progress as well. But here's side by side. This is effectively the lead. Mick Barry versus Jason Haddington as they emerge out of turn 7. You can see there's Tom Griffiths in the background trying to pick his way past Colin Sansom. And I think Griffiths has been able to do it. He's into 8th place, slowly but surely picking his way forward nicely. And that is, of course, the nature of these reverse grid races, is to promote some side-by-side action as we let the grid and the natural order of things settle the chaos that is the starting grid.
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll give it a lap or so, you know, and see how it all pans out. But at the moment it is Jason Hannington. Hefford's got to go in the pits. He'll have 3 laps. Oh, he's taking it straight away. There's going to be a stop and hold for Steve Hefford. So Jason Hannington will inherit the lead on the track. Miles Owens is trying to make his way through. He's got Tom Griffiths trying to run alongside him here once more. There goes Hefford's name. Oh, they've run the straight. Fiona Siddons, and I think come contact with Miles Owens, and that was on a straight. Everybody, on a straight. We don't crash on a straight. That's just poor. So Miles Owens, Tom Griffiths here as well. Tooney's hanging on. Go on, Alan Toon, as the 70-year-old is trying to make his way through here as well. He's staying nicely with Longo. He's giving him some beans here, his old Tooney, and he's having a good old go.
Yeah, he is. Fair play to Sir Alan Toon. That's what we like to see, is him getting involved, getting frisky and fighting away. Jason Haddington under pressure from Mick Barry, who is going to be looking to go to the outside of turn 6. He's going to have to keep it for 2 right-handers, which is definitely going to be difficult. Then you've got Alexandra Longo as well, nosing in the background. 3 cars fighting for the lead, but there you can see Sir Alan Toon closely followed by Tom Griffiths, who is making some sensational headway forwards. Now let's look at this fight for the lead, because Mick Barry, well, this isn't Interlagos, but he'd like a repeat of it.
Yeah, if he can you imagine what's going to happen here in the office if Mick Barry takes another win? Longo's having a little bit of a blink here once more as they're going to be running 3 wide down into turn 10A. Haddington, Barry, Longo from right to left. Barry's gone through full throttle. Go on, Mick, as Mick goes all the way through. Longo's gone. Where's he gone? He's back on again. Tooney's going to lose a little bit of pace to John Sylvester. Then Ewan Bramer, then Miles Owens. Griffiths is trying to make up the inside past Jason Henderson. He's got through once more as well as we're coming down the start-finish straight. Now the problem for Tom Griffiths is Longo. Not because Longo's in front. It's clearly because Longo's got a little bit of an internet issue going on at the moment. He does keep blinking in and out. Haddington's not going to give him much room here. What is the gap between this field? The gap at the moment down to 15th is only 3 seconds, Zach Sweeney.
It's half a second per car, which is absolutely insane. Looking at the biggest gap is between Bramer and Toon, which is 1.2 seconds, which isn't a lot at all. Absolutely mad stuff going on here at Road Atlanta, and what more do we expect from a circuit as good as this? McBarry leads from Longo, Griffiths, Sylvester and Haddington, the top 5 there. And tied to the top 6 and nose to tail, as we saw for the duration of race 1. We're just shy of 5 minutes through. There could be the move. Longo thought about it, but I think he's done himself no favours. He's done neither of them favours, because look at Griffiths now with that awesome run from behind.
Yeah, and Griffiths is Sylvester, then Haddington and Bramer and Toon and Ayres and Van Gaal, Sampson. Where did Owens go? Where did Owens go? How did Owens end up down there? He's just lost a combined 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 places as Miles Owens. I'll have a look back at that in a minute. Griffiths is going to take the lead here with Sylvester once more. Then Longo's trying to hold McBarry back. Then Bramer's trying to make his way free. Coming over the hill with 12. We're going to go under the bridge. We're going to go down on the right-hand side. Plummet down the hill into that very fast, no lift. Last corner, Colin Sansom, Ralph Cullen and Sonia Ye, Toon and Darryl Wright all scrapping it out here for the lower places. You can see there's 5 seconds between first and 13th here. Miles Owens is all the way down in 14th. I'm not sure what happened. He just lost an absolute ton of places, and we'll try and see what happened here. As it started off with Alan Toon actually getting through for Miles Owens once more. So
Alan Toon.
Tooney getting all battly. Look at him cracking on there. Oh, now I know what happened in Pinepool. Oh, yeah, Alan Toon, that was my pick, you rascal.
Well, I think the problem... Oh, my goodness me, who's that off? So that's Sir Alan Toon. Has he just given himself karma? Was that a mistake on his... I mean, it was out of turn 5, so maybe he's just round... My guess is he's round wide, he's bottomed out, and he's spun.
Yep.
Yeah, in a bit. Whoa, he went for a bit of a jump first, and then whoosh into the barrier.
And
nice.
And there goes the end of Sir Alan Toon. PVG's now down with Miles Owens as well. Looks like PVG's had a bit of a slowdown. John Sylvester and Steve Griffiths. John Sylvester and Tom Griffiths fighting out with Longo, Bramer, Ayres, Haddington. Here are your top 6, 2v2 on that run down into 10A. Now we're looking at the exit here as well. Longo manages to hang on. Sylvester's going to get it break away at the moment. He's going to try his hardest. He's opened up a second gap. Now Griffiths is running side by side. Well, both of them gone. What is going on here with Ewan Bramer now? Not really sure what to do here, so let's see how they all get on and see what happens once more as we're coming into the final 8 minutes, but they're all getting very, very spicy.
Well, as we'd expect, final, 8 minutes to go, and well, hopefully plenty of action between now and then. The first 7 have been nothing short of sensational, and Sylvester, Griffiths, Bramer as the top 4, pretty much a carbon copy of what we saw in race number 1. Fair play to each and every single one of them, and there we go. John Sylvester, I have to say, he's been from where he was in race 1 in terms of pace to where he is in race 2 is not only a huge improvement pace wise, but that's what I said. He doesn't have to be the quickest one on the track. He can just get away with being the smartest. He's done exactly that. He's just quietly, slowly but surely picked his way through, made the most of other people's mistakes, and is now leading. He's not the quickest. I would firmly back Griffiths, Bramer and Ayres of all being quicker than him on terms of 1 lap pace, maybe even the course of a race distance being quicker. But who's winning at the moment? Sylvester is, and that's all that matters.
How long is he going to hang on for? That's going to be the problem. This draft is going to be so strong. They're going to close him up. He's going to use that next lap to try and break away, but they're just going to keep pulling him in and pulling him in. And you can see they've done exactly the same again here with Iwan Bremer, Griffiths, and also Sylvester. They both closed up on Sylvester. The gap has come down. Sean Yonye's just lost a position to Miles Owens. Owens now trying to chase down the Irishman of Cullinan. Mick Barry with Ralph Cullinan. We've seen how this has turned out here with both of these people having moments before in races, and let's hope it doesn't materialize again. But look at the free wide in turn one. Okay, they all made it through. That's fine. Now Jamie Ayres is trying to go through as well, and he does go through 2 places, Jamie Ayres, and that puts Jamie Ayres up into second place, up 16 places, Zach.
Yeah, unfortunately for Sylvester, he's at the moment fighting a ghost, which isn't fun. Obviously, it's not anything to do with Tom Griffiths or whatever. His Wi-Fi just having a little bit of a moment. Jamie Ayres running a little bit wide, but you can see there a couple of people just blinking in and out of existence. Maybe it's a ping issue between people, but either way, it's not ideal because you're basically just having to predict where each and every single person is going to go. Oh, no. Oh, it's the same thing. Yeah, way. Car's gone in a bit.
Oh. Ouch. I've got to be honest, as painful goes, this looks absolutely painful. If this, it was real. He's just not getting it. Bounced it up. Over he goes. Snaps it. And if that was the IRL, that would be an ambulance as well. Miles Owens making his way past Ralph Cullinan, coming into 10A as well. He is coming back through. Here's Owens. They're going to run side by side. Owens is going to try that switchback. Coming up under the hill. Colin Sanson's going to have a go once more and try and push Owens along. Owens and Griffith still scrapping. Owens and Cullinan still scrapping it out up front. We've still got Bremer. We've still got Ayres. We've still got Griffiths, who's gone again. And Sylvester's in the mix once more. They're still fighting these top 4. Up for Sylvester. I do feel sorry for Sylvester. I can guarantee he probably would have had a go by now. Oh, Bremer goes up the inside of Ayres there. Stellar run from Iwan Bremer. He's now looking for the opportunity to try and get away. And it is tough for Sylvester, Zach. He just cannot clear a car that's not there at times.
No, and that's the problem is, as I say, you're having to predict what the car in front that's invisible is going to be doing, and you know, sometimes they get offensive, and then you feel that in, you know, they feel that outside, and then they pop back into existence, and they're just right in front of you again, and then you're slamming on the brakes and nearly into the back of them. It's so difficult to do that, so much so that it's almost not even worth fighting it. It's better just to sit back and hope that, you know, that either they make a mistake and allow you through, or they can just, you know, be in existence long enough for you to find a way past. Either way, Iwan Bremer catapulting himself ahead. There is side by side between the Welshman of Ayres and the Brit of Griffith. Side by side between the two of them as they battle their way towards turns 10A and 10B. They're going to take it 3 wide with Sylvester threading the needle through the middle. 3 different drivers across 3 different teams battling it out into turns 10A and 10B. It's Sylvester that leads them and now makes it an SOB 1 and 2. Nicely done, but Tom Griffiths not giving it up.
No, it's not, as it's coming down over the hill. 12 now as well, around the final corner here. Is Tom Griffiths going to have that inside line. You can see the run that Jamie Ayres got by taking the normal line. Is Ayres? Surely no, you're not going to send it too wide up through turn 1. He is, he's stuck his nose up there as Jamie Ayres. Is Sylvester going to hold on? He does on that run up into turn 2 and 3. The left-hander. Now we're going to go right again here. Down through they go. Longo's having a fight with Sylvester as well. They're going to be on side by side down through turn 4. Now Sean Yonye is also under attack. He's got his teammate of Jason Hannington and also PVG trying to get past here. We haven't seen much of the Dutchman here this evening, Zach. To be honest, it's not the normal PVG we normally do see, but Miles Owens is now trying to chase down Longo a little bit far back than I think he's going to be able to succeed, but Longo is not giving up over Sylvester.
He's really not, and I have to respect him for that. If there's an opportunity for more points, then he's going to have to take it. And obviously, with the way it works in the UkSimracers MX5, it's one long position point standings. It's not pros, it's not AMs, it's just the overall, and then you get the points that you finish. So if you finish first overall and you're an AM, you get the points for first, you know, for winning the race, and then if the person second in the AM finishes 5th, they get the 5th place points as such. So that's a huge gain for you. So Longo trying to get this move done on Sylvester is going to be a huge gain for him in that AM championship. Sylvester giving him a fight, but Longo running a little bit wide. You have to respect the Frenchman, though, because Sylvester, he's no pushover.
No, he definitely isn't, and that's the thing. He's definitely not pushing. He's, well, as I put it at terms there as well, Zach, he's not rolling over and getting his belly tickled here as Longo. He's now gone and stuck out the inside of Sylvester. I do want to click on Longo, but he is having some little flickers in his internet, and unfortunately I have seen that completely crash, a complete eye racing when that happens from a broadcaster's point of view. So I'm trying to give him as much airtime as I can without jeopardizing everything else that's going on at the same time here as well. So Longo is doing a great job. Sylvester's still tucked up behind him. Now we've still got Ayres, who was trying to chase down on Griffiths. Griffiths is also in the same boat as Longo. I'm sure none of these are aware that's going on. They are, as far as they're concerned, their internet's running beautifully. So Jamie Ayres, Tom Griffiths and E1 Bramer battling it out. We're going to be doing this one and one more, Zach. Then we have got to change over guys as well. We will take a bit of a BRB before we come back as we rejoin in the next session. So Jamie Ayres, Tom Griffiths scrapping it out once more. What will be the penultimate lap.
Yeah, not long left to go, and they've got to make the most of each and every single opportunity that comes their way. Still, the potential for both of these drivers to win, of course, if they don't allow Bramer to get away, but next lap is the final time by. Griffiths needs to get this position sealed if he wants to move his way forward. Not quite close enough on this occasion, so maybe just going to be better to sit back with Ayres and work with him. We've seen how many times that the driver in third is the biggest beneficiary in a three-way fight over the course of the last 2 races. So many people have been able to get that awesome run from behind or make it go 3 wide or get back underneath the 2 in front purely by being that third car in the train. So I think Griffiths isn't in a bad position. It all depends on how punchy Ayres can be on this final lap.
Well, let's see. It also depends on how much time they're going to gain over E1 Bramer down that long straight. For Jamie Ayres, he's just got to get it in, point it and aim it and shoot, to be honest, and try and pull it as much as he can. I think if he can get the gap down here, Zach, to about 4 tenths after he comes round 7, I think he's going to have an opportunity to make the run down onto Bramer, down through 10A and 10B. Unfortunately, he's just got a little bit out of shape, has Jamie Ayres. That is the luck of the draw with turn 5 there. Ayres did exactly the same what Barry did, exactly the same what Tooney did, and Ayres survived. Now Bramer's going to have that nearly a second gap. He has got that second gap. If he can hold it now, he will be safe. It's going to be the battle between second and third.
I think so. Bramer is looking in the clear, and anything, the only thing that's going to stop him is himself. With only 4 corners left to go. Here comes Ayres, though, launching a bit of a counter-attack. Unless Bramer makes a mistake, this is the best they're going to be able to fight for, and Griffiths is having a good old little bit of a battle here. Ayres all over the rear end of him, ducking, trying to search for that gap. Is that inside going to materialise itself? I think it might. Ayres is going to go to the inside, but Griffiths is later on the break, stays ahead. I think they're going to have to settle for the positions they're in. There's no other time for them to get this done.
No, there's not, especially with how short that run is. Don't forget, E1 Bramer is going to come over. The line is literally, guys, and I don't mean this horribly, there. So that is at the end. Bramer does take that win in race 2. Longo is going to come over for the AMs there as well. He takes a stellar win, does that Longo, and he's looked quick here. I'm not going to lie, as Longo. So, yeah, tough job for everyone. Chagnon comes over the line with Hannington right behind him. Good evening, Phil. I've just seen you pop in. Hope you're all good. You've just missed 2 races, unfortunately. So it's gonna, I don't know how many it's he's pulled in on you already, to be fair, as Fiona Siddons comes over the line as well. A stellar job there. Again, Zach, great racing from everybody.
Yeah. Great respect given. A couple of DNFs in that one, which is a little bit of a shame, but all in all, I think everyone drove a superb race. Bramer, Griffiths, Ayres, Sylvester all respectively did a good one. Driver of the of race 2, though, has to be Longo. What a drive. I mean, his best lap time was a 36.0, which is a tenth, less than a tenth slower than what Sylvester was doing, and within a second of Bramer and Griffith. So, fair play to him. Yeah. Respect.
I agree. I fully agree there as well. E1 Bramer is in first with Tom Griffiths in second, Jamie Ayres in third, John Sylvester in fourth. What happened to Pete Newman? Pete Newman.
What happened to Pete Newman?
Oh, I'll show you in a minute. Miles Owens, Pete Van Gaal, Arnold Chonier, Jason Allington and Darrell Wright, Andy Littler, Fiona Siddons, Colin Satson, Ralph Cullen, Mick Barry, Sir Alan Toon, and then Pete Newman. Well, this is what happened to Pete Newman here as well. This looks like it's been on lap 1. Now the normal... Oh... Was there contact for the Iceman himself? It doesn't look like it, and if there was, whoever that was 999 of Andy Littler. Was there contact? No, he lost it all on his own. Oh, Petey Newman. Rare mistake there as well. Right, guys, we're going to jump onto the BRB. We're going to take a quick break, and as always, we'll see you right after this break. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are back for race 3, the complete random reverse. I am still James Parfitt, and I'm still joined by Mr. Zach Sweeney here this evening as well. Don't forget, get your picks in for race 3 there as well. Austin Draper, I've just been signed up. I've recently changed my name in the Discord to my actual name. I was AMD Designs. Rio, welcome as always to you. Phil, thank you so much for joining us. Don't forget, like, subscribe, turn on the bells here as well. There's been some epic racing here this evening. Here once more. We're just waiting for them to forward the session, which they will do in the next few minutes. It is a complete random reverse for race 3. Race 4, however, is top 9. So remember that one for later on. Ria's picked Griffiths. I've picked Hefford. Zach's picked Newman, and Phil's picked Ayres. So there you go. So keep them in line, and let's see where we end up here for race 3. As we stare at the stars and stripes, and now the Michelin Raceway Road Atlanta main building here as well, right by the finishing line. Hefford and Griffiths, decent picks. Yes, they are. So let's see, though, what happens, and go from there for race 3. Then we go into race 4, and then don't forget later on we've got the Triple Bypass League from Martinsville for their late models. They've got 90 laps of Martinsville to do, so check them out a little bit later on. The broadcast goes live in about 4 hours' time, so if you are UK, well, that's near enough 2 in the morning, and if you are the US, it will be about, I don't know, to be blatantly honest, it's going to be 4 hours in time for all of you, so stay tuned for that one. It's going to be another epic evening of racing with the Triple Bypass. They're straight green, no stage breaks, they run straight all to the end, so go and check them out. A lot more racing coming up on the JPB YouTube channel this week as well. We've got coming up, we've got obviously the Evolution and the Radical Race Series on Thursday, TCR's round 8 on Friday, SimRacers for Simpleton Silverstone round 5 in their Super Formula, and then the IGP fun on the Sunday. It's everything's coming to the end this week. We've also got the TSRC round 4 from the Nürburgring in their multi-class championship here as well. Racers Elite are also kicking off Sunday once more. Premier Endurance GT4 will be on the JBB and also the Premier Endurance YouTube channel. That kicks off Sunday morning at about 10:30 for the people in the UK, so you can tune in for that one. Don't forget, JBB have got the BDLV coming up very, very shortly. On the 26th of November, the JBB are back doing the BDLV. There's more children joining me in the commentary box. That should be an interesting 6 hours of brand touch with the GT4s and also the TCRs, so check them out coming up once more on the 26th. Mark that in your calendar, guys. If you have not watched BDLV before, you should. It is absolutely amazing to listen to the kids commentating, and we're raising money for the Rainbow Trust to help provide care for terminally ill children as well. This will be our 3rd event. We've raised over £4,000 for them from our last 2. This will be our 3rd one. Then we're doing our year celebration one at Easter in 2024. That's going to be massive if we can sort out everything as we want to sort out. That event, that production will be absolutely incredible to celebrate the year of BDLV. Okay, so you want to get involved now, because trust me, you do not want to miss this year's year celebration one. It is going to be epic proportions. Let's just say one thing, it may be TV based, so stay tuned for that one. We are working on it frantically in the background, so let's hope that we can kick this one off with a bang to celebrate the year of BDLV, because it has been an absolutely epic year as well. Right, let's get back into the UK SimRacers MX5. The great race 1 and race 2 have been great as always, Zach. They've provided the action. It's been constant down into 10A and 10B, but also up into turn 2 and turn 3, which we did say was going to be ropey, and it has been a little bit ropey for some, as we've seen Ralph Cullen and Andy Littler having to come together. So Alan Toon sent Miles Owens round, which I'm sure for Tooney he's probably sitting there quite upset about, but he got his elbows out, did old Alan Toon in race 3. In race 2, sorry.
And then he found himself having
a turn 5.
a turn. He had a turn 5. Well, the only issue with that is he didn't have a turn 6, which is probably says it all really.
Yes.
Just bottomed it out off the exit. and found himself into the good old barrier. But it's nice to see him getting his elbows out a little bit. I think the issue with Sir Alan Toon is almost that he's too cautious. So much so that he is becoming not necessarily becoming a hazard. So much so that he could become a hazard out on circuit, because when there are two extremes. There's the hazards in the ones that send it from a million miles back, the ones that are way too overconfident, and then obviously you've got the hazards in the form of those that are way too underconfident and back out too quickly and doubt themselves and think about it too much and make those mistakes. If you've got a nice medium where you can just be nice and confident and commit, chances are you're going to be less of a hazard. Like those out on the road, in general, in real life, you get those people that typically BMW drivers who just don't indicate, they floor it through traffic, they do 60 and a 30, and they're that's one end of the extreme. Then you've got some brand new driver in a Fit 500 that's a little bit scared and panics a lot, and that can happen. But let's see what happens in race 3.
Yeah, Fiona Siddons is on an front 5 there. Siddons, Chonier, Sanson, Haddington, Longo. Then Jamie Ayres, Darrell Wright, Ewan Bramer, Sir Alan Toon and Steve Hefford. Tom Griffiths in 11th with Mick Barry down in 12th. Miles Owens, Andy Littler, Pete Van Gaal and Ralph Cullinan. Steve Hefford sitting in 10th at the moment. That's not an ideal scenario. There as well, we are up and running. Fiona Siddons is on pole position. Let's see what she's going to be able to do here as well as we go green for the third race of the evening here at Road Atlanta. We have lost a driver, I believe. We've lost Pete Newman here as well. I don't see Newman on the grid here, Zach, so I will give you a lap to think of a change, but do it very, very quickly here once more as Siddons, Chonier, Sanson, Longo and Jamie Ayres lead away as your top 5.
Going for Jamie Ayres. There we go. Done, sorted. Beautiful. There you go. That's unfortunate that Pete Newman, I guess in some cases that was a bit of a silver lining, because now Jamie Ayres is in 3rd and I can just pick him and be at it. Oh my goodness me, what has happened? Darrell Wright, Sansom involved. Let me take another look at that.
Yeah, we'll have a look very, very shortly. But at the moment, Fiona Siddons is leading the way with Arnold Chonier, Jamie Ayres and Alexander Longo, with Ewan Bramer and Jason Haddington, Mick Barry and Miles Owens and Steve Hefford in 9th at the moment here. So Hefford's got to trying to make his way forward and try and close up. He will use this straight as best as possible to do that. We can have a look at the Colin Sansom incident here as well. And it did look a little bit ropey. There was their contact though. No, Sanson hit the grass all on his own. Darrell Wright also went off the opposite side. Steve Hefford had a bit of a grass moment once more and managed to keep it on track, and Darrell Wright has jumped to the pits. Tom Griffiths fighting out with Alan Toon and Sir Ralph Cullinan. Sir Alan Toon. Fiona Siddons has lost the lead in turn 10B coming out of the exit, and unfortunately it's dropped all the way down into 14th. What happened to our leader at that specific moment? Was there contact with Chonier? Chonier's on the left. Siddons is trying to keep the foot in. Here takes that inside line. Contact with Chonier. And unfortunately, Fiona Siddons goes off the side of the circuit. Now, Ewan Bramer has moved past Alexander Longo. Longo going for it again as they're coming up through turn 2 and 3. Yeah, they did make it through. And Longo now losing that place to Ewan Bramer. Haddington under attack from Sir Hefford and Owens. The fast guys are coming through here, Zach. It's making it very difficult for all these arms in front of them to try and battle away here, because the fast guys are coming and they're coming quick.
They very much are. These guys, they know all about that. And to be fair, when you've got the likes of Griffiths and Van Gaal charging their way forward, the likes of Owens and Hefford all over the back of you, they don't wait around. They don't waste time. They know their job. They know these reverse grids, and they know that they don't have time to waste. They've got to be punchy straight out the gates, boom, 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 position after position. And that, to be fair, is exactly what Jamie Ayres and Ewan Bramer have done. They've carved their way to the front. That's what Tom Griffiths and PVG are going to be continuing to work on over the course of the next couple of laps. And what Hefford and Owens are firmly underway of doing right now. Let's see, though, Arnaud Chonier fighting away with Jason Haddington going into turn 10A and 10B. This is, of course, for P2 in the AM class as it stands. A little bit wide goes Haddington, and I think Arnaud Chagnon might be looking to benefit from that if he can. Is there any space? Not quite going into turns 12. He's going to think about it anyway, though. What a move if he's able to pull that one off.
Yeah, absolutely a stellar job there from Steve Hepford over Jason Haddington. Arnaud Chagnon battling it out with his teammate. And first rules of racing, don't take out your teammate Zach Sweeney, as we have done we've seen through the Momo and the SOP this season. They've all done it at some point. Tooney and Siddons battling away. Siddons, of course, had that slight little contact with Chagnon in turn 10A, put her offline, and unfortunately she lost the lead there as well. I do love this Alan Toon. Like, if Alan Toon was here now driving next to you, you give him a little bit of a cuddle and say, go on Tooney, have it, because this is when we want to see Alan Toon. This is how we love watching Alan Toon, when he's battling away, he's getting his elbows out, he's having the confidence to go for it as well. He's just cleared a spinning Siddons there, and Tooney makes up another position and puts himself 6th in class. Owens is trying to get on to Longo, so is Steve Hepford, so is Bramer, so is theirs. It's caused a bit of a storm that we've given you another pick in YouTube chat with Ria and Phil going, it's not fair. There's fun competition. There's fun competition. Don't forget, guys, as well. We unfortunately can't help it. Pete Newman's not on the grid. We've got to play it fairly and give him a little bit of a boost. He's far enough away as well. 3 wide, further back there as well. Barry's in the middle of the 2 air smarts. Barry has gone in once more. Go on, Mick Barry, as he goes through the middle, 3 wide with Steve Everett and Arnaud Chagnon. Now Arnaud Chagnon is trying to push him along. Here comes Tom Griffiths. Once more through turn 12 they go. There's action up front, there's action behind. I don't know where to go with the camera, and at the moment it's Jamie Ayres and Ewan Bramer. Ayres takes the lead. Miles Owens, Hefford's in 4th. This is going to be a 4-way battle as these guys go up over the hill, coming through turn 2 and 3. There's a puff of smoke in front of us. I'm not sure who that is, but there was a big old, looked like a cloud of smoke going on there, and unfortunately for Chagnon, he's dropped down the order. Haddington's in the pits. Has the teammates had a coming together? Oh no. Oh,
First rule of racing is what?
Don't take out. Oh no, it's Mick Barry.
There's taking out your teammate, and then there's that. Oh my goodness me, why? Chagnon, yay.
Oh, bro, don't take out your teammate. You just sent him to the moon. To Jason Haddington. Oh no. Poor old Arnaud Chagnon on that one. Yeah, that happened.
It did, yeah. Sorry, I just nearly fell off the back of my chair and had a bit of a fright. So I apologise if any bad noise just came out of my mouth just then. But anyway, side by side with we've got Bramer and Ayres battling away for the lead, and then Owens. Oh, did they get a little bit argy-bargy? I think they might have done. Hefford fighting with Owens now on the exit as they emerge off the chicane. I think they might well do. Here's a but what? That's a blue number, right? That's a blue timing tower for Alexandre Longo, right? He is an AM, yeah. Like,
he's done a stellar job here.
What?
He has done a stellar job, is Longo. He has got the pace. He's got the pace from somewhere, and he is cracking on with it here as well. So a great job from him. I think it was Littler involved in that Chagnon incident right at the beginning. The Chagnon Haddington right. Littler is now in the pits once more. Hefford's finding it hard for him to get through. Longo doing an absolutely defensive, stellar job. It seems like his internet's settled down here once more. Jamie Ayres and Ewan Bramer still fighting out at the front there. You can see Tom Griffiths and PVG in the background of your picture here once more, Zach. Here we go again, 7.5 minutes remaining. I don't care about how far back he is, it's about precedent, says Rhea. God blimey, what have we done here, Sweeney? Over the YouTube chat, let you pick Jamie Ayres.
What is it with James Parfitt and causing sim racing controversies? Blimey.
Well, if you're going to do it, Mr. Sweeney, you might as well upset the whole community of iRacing and sim racing in general. But I will say the ups and downs of that is as well it did force change, so I'm still admitting that I don't care what everybody said
Do you
about
reckon
me.
I can't choose theirs because I ain't got enough friends?
No,
Do you reckon that's what it is?
That's what it is. You haven't got enough friends. Don't start that one. It's bad enough as well. But at the end of the day, it has fought. Look, everybody has given me grief about what happened during the other week. And do you know what? I don't really care because change has happened. It's opened it up to the community more. And everybody, bar everybody, and I mean everybody, will get a shot. The judges panel has been out as well. I know who's on it, working closely with Florian in the background with it. So do you know what? I don't care. Call me what you like. Call me bad sports. Call me upset. Call me whatever. But you can thank me down the road when somebody else and other people are involved in it. So that's all I'm going to say on that, man.
If I win it, I'm dedicating it to you.
Thank you. You can.
My guy, James Parfitt.
Yeah. I really don't care. To be honest, it's got change, and that's the main point of using your voice, is to get change as well. So I changed the thing. It's opened it up to everybody in the iRacing community now. It's even got to the point where there is a very unsuspected judge that I am aware of once more as well. And let's just say it's not somebody me and you would expect, but trust me when I tell you, it's probably going to be like, oh no. So there we go. I'll tell you later, Mr. Sweeney.
All right. Yeah, nice. Sweet. Am I going to be under NDA for that one, of course?
You are, yes.
Yeah. Awesome. Wait for the lead there between these two. If I wind up dead tomorrow, you know why. It's because I went running my mouth. Jamie Ayres fighting away with Ewan Bramer, side by side, through 11. And then into 12, here comes Jamie Ayres to take the lead. Oh no, that's my pick. Oh, whoops. It's almost like he started in 6th place.
The conspiracy theory in the JPB Prediction Cup with 5 minutes remaining here as well. Over Rhea and Phil in chat. It's all gone off once more. I don't know what's going on anymore. All I know is Ayres, Bramer, Owens, Hefford are your top 4 with Longo hanging on, doing an absolutely stellar job in the AMS tonight. I've got to praise Longo. He has been absolutely mighty here this evening, so fair play to him. It is just a bit of fun, guys, okay? Let's settle. You know, it's just a bit of fun, I promise.
It's like when you play Monopoly, and everyone just makes rules up as they go along. Just, oh no, you can't buy on your first go round, and oh no, you can't collect rent when you're in jail, and this, that, and the other. Or when you're playing Uno, and everyone's like, well, you can't stack a +2 on a +4. Everyone's just making their own rules as they go along. It's great. It's like family game night, ladies and gentlemen. It's nice. I like it.
Jamie is still battling away with you on Bramer. 3.5 minutes remaining there as well. I can see my name in YouTube there, Rhea, but I don't have time to read it at the moment, as we've got Bramer and Ayres trying to get through once more. Bramer's taking the lead. Now Miles Owens. Now Jamie has to slip down. Here comes Longo. Longo's going to take 4th. Is this going to be a surprise and victory? Am I going to be off my seat once more? Am I going to wake up my house? Well, if you find me on the sofa in the morning, you know that's exactly what's happened. As Longo has made his way up into 4th place, Jamie Ayres is... It's getting a bit spicy. Here's Ayres, but here comes Hefford. They're going to run 2 wide up the hill, I believe, here as well. Miles Owens, Steve Hefford makes it into 2nd place. And I get to clap frantically here as well, as the man with the yellow roll bars does an absolute stellar job and moves his way forward once more. I'm going to revolt, says Rhea. Oh, good blimey. Even my own employees are revolting against me here, Zach. I don't know what to do. Get the union. Call them all. Here as well as we're on.
Revolution.
Yeah. Off round turn 6 and 7 here as well for the second to last lap once more at Road Atlanta. You've got to admit it has been action-packed here as well.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, these guys have been on their top game. They've not been beefing. They've been absolutely fantastic drivers. And, well, yeah, these guys have just been bringing their A game. Have to say, I'm thoroughly, thoroughly impressed. Nose to tail the entirety of them. I mean, as it stands, you've got Bramer leading the way. Fair play to him. His pace has been nothing short of sensational. But then you've got Steve Hefford and Miles Owens battling it out. Left-hand side goes the way of Owens. Is he going to be able to pick his way through? I think he might well be able to into the chicane. And now Steve Hefford keeps his foot in. There's Longo, though, really getting himself into the mix. he could well have a podium.
He could well do. Bramer's opened up a 1 second gap at the moment with Owens and Hefford and Longo fine out with Jamie Ayres here as well. And let's see what happens once more here as well. Phil, if it wasn't for the controversy, we wouldn't be watching, James. Okay, mate. Thanks very much for that. I thought it was from Cora. Oh, Jamie Ayres. He's called the grass. And there's me thinking it's for the entertainment value and now commentary skills, Phil, but clearly not the conversation. The controversy is keeping you gripped here once more as Miles Owens and Steve Evans and Longo and Jamie Ayres battling out on that rundown through turn 4. Is anyone going to catch it themselves out on turn 5? It's going to be Longo if it's going to be anybody. Alexander Longo manages to keep it on through turn 5 there, Zach, but it was going to get one of them and it almost caught the man who's been driver of the evening so far.
Oh, yeah, wow. To be fair, there are so many names that you could throw around for driver of the evening, but yeah, it's just been... We've still got one more race left to go as well, which... race 4, I have a feeling it's going to be an anticlimax.
Do you reckon it's going to be anticlimactical?
I think so, because race 1, 2 and 3 have all been so good. Race 4 is usually only good when race 1, 2 and 3 have been like, yeah, they've been alright. But because we've had such a good standard up until this point, it's going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult to top.
I do feel I know what you're saying, and I think it could well be. We're going to be on the final lap of the race here. Bramer has got the bit between his teeth once more. Owens is trying to close down on Bramer with Hefford tucked up in 3rd place at the moment. How is this all going to work out as they're coming down into turn 1? Can Owens get the swing? Ayres is sitting in 4th. He hasn't won, okay? So you can all stop revolting once more as they're coming up now into turn 2 and 3. Owens is on the defense. Hefford gives him a little bit of a love tap there as well. The 986 and the 72 close together with the 46 watching back thinking what is going to happen here from Jamie Ayres. Is he going to be able to hold on? Is he going to watch the chaos unravel in front of him? Is anyone going to get caught out by turn 5? They're not. These two are going at it in front with Jamie Ayres sitting here now as we're on the roll bar of Jamie Ayres coming down into turn 6. The right-hander on the brakes we go. Tuck it in. Try and keep that apex as much as possible. Hard on the brakes now. Round the right-hander of 7. And now for the final time this evening, Sweeney, we're running down into 10A.
Here we go. What's it going to be for these guys? Who's going to make that do or die move? Is it going to be Hefford on Owens? Is it going to be Ayres on Hefford? Who is going to be the one to come out on top? Well, arguably it's going to be Ewan Bramer, who's had an absolutely fantastic evening of racing. To be fair, that fight still could be on if Bramer loses a little bit more time, but just look at that fight. Hefford looking for the space. He goes to the left. It's covered off by Owens, though, who's later on the brakes, but there goes Hefford. What a move that could be. It's a tight line. There's contact, and now Jamie Ayres might just swoop in and take the pair of them.
Oh, yes! Jamie Ayres is going to get through into 2nd place. Is Steve Evans going to hold on him and Miles Owens fine out to the line? Steve Evans, Ewan Bramer is going to take the victory. Hefford's going to snatch it. Hefford's going to snatch 3rd on the line. Oh, well done, Ewan Bramer. I'm sorry I didn't see you go over the line, but boy, oh boy, that was action-packed. Longo does come over the line and takes the victory in the AMS as well. Here comes Sir Alan Toon for 2nd in the AMS. Go Tooney.
What?
What?
Sir Alan Toon.
Let's
do it. What a guy.
I know.
What a lad.
2nd in the AMS for 2 days. He comes over the line. Closely followed by the man that does round off the JPB intro video, Mick Barry, here as well, takes the 3rd podium there. A stellar job. Incredible run-in there once more. Great effort from all of these guys, you've got to admit. You know, it's been epic racing. Come on. I know there's a little bit of controversy going on regarding Zach's being allowed to pick an extra one in the race. But let's admit the racing has been good. Top 9 reverse. I'll bring you up the results very, very shortly. So pay attention here, guys, because I'm going to... You're only going to get to say this once. So, top 9, here we go. Ewan Bramer is your winner with Jamie Ayres and Steve Hefford, your second and third. Miles Owens in fourth. Longo, driver of the night for me so far in the AMS, taking that victory. Then you got Griffiths, Fangal, Cullinan. Tooney comes across the line in second place. Goes to Alan Toon with Mick Barry in 10th. Siddons 11th. Sansom, Littler, Chonier, Haddington and Wright rounding out the top 16. Get your picks in now. Zach Sweeney, top 9, who are you going for?
I'd love to say PVG, but he's not been himself. I've not gone for Bramer yet, have I? I'm going to go for Ewan Bramer.
All right. I'm going to go for Griffiths. I was going to go for Tooney, but I love you, Alan Toon, but I'm even chancing on that one. Rhea and Phil, let me know. I'm going... God. All right, I've just read the revolt bit there again. I still don't care if Zach ended up getting Ayres, Cullinan or Bramer. Is the advantage. Oh, Rhea, settle down, my dear. Settle down, pal. Give me a picture for race 4. Oh,
this race has been sullied.
Jesus. Oh, blimey. It's all going off. I'm going for Ayres. The race has to be solid. What does solid mean?
Sullied. It's like... I don't know. There's a quote in Hamilton that says it's like, sullied my good name. I think it's to do with like ruining, like tarnishing, like
I'm Googling it now.
overshadowing, sort of like Abu Dhabi 2021.
Damage to purity or integrity, apparently. So there you go. Phil, let us know who you're going for in race 4, unless you have already and I haven't seen your message. So sorry. Here as well. I will go for Owens. There you go. Okay, I did miss your message. Well done, Phil. Right. Well, very dramatic moments going on for the UK SimRacers in YouTube chat here once more. Thank you so much to everybody. Welcome in. Thank you so much if you have joined us. This is what you get from the UK SimRacers on a Tuesday evening. It's been a very exciting Tuesday evening once more. Don't forget we are at Road Atlanta, and then we're going to be going to Zandvoort next week, and then we finish off the season at Monza. Okay, so that's going to be wow. So get yourselves, if you want to come along and get yourselves involved for next season, in the YouTube description there is the website link. Join, have a look, join the Discord, reach out to an admin, they'll tell you the procedure as well. We are coming to the end of 2024, so it should be a great job for everybody if you do want to come and get yourself involved. Steve Evans out on track, so we got Bramer for Zach, Griffiths for me, Ayres for Rhea and Owens for Phil here as well. Yeah, what an interesting night of racing so far. I think Zach has just been absolutely incredible.
It has been. I am thoroughly impressed. The standard has been high. I mean, we've had a couple of mistakes, but they've largely been drivers, making mistakes on their own rather than
chaos, people
crashing into each other. So yeah, it's been good. It's been great. I'm really proud of these guys. I mean, as per usual, the standard is high. Looking forward to Zandvoort and Monza to round off the season, though. Those are two very different circuits to go to round off the season. But should be fun. Let's bring it.
Yeah, definitely there as well. 1 minute 6 remaining for the last race of the evening. Did you mean 2023? Well, we are rounding off 2023 before we go into 2024 there, Phil. So I suppose in a way, yes, you're correct. I will give you props on that one. So well done, Phil. Rounding off the seasons here in 2023, whether or not we're going to start a new one or whether or not we're going to go to 2024, I will let you all know. Hopefully next week I'll have an update for you once I've chatted to the admins and see what goes on, of course, whether or not JPB is still here. Who knows? Let's see once more as we go into the last 30 seconds of warm-up, Mr. Sweeney.
Yeah, very much so. And then we go 15 minutes more of racing action, the final 15 minutes of the evening. You know what? This evening always goes so quick. I always think of it as like, well, we've got 5 lots of 15 because you've got 15 minutes of quali, race 1, 2, 3, and 4. And, that does seem like, because you get the 5 minutes intermission between each, yes, it's only like an hour and 15 minutes worth of on-track time, but it extrapolates itself into a little bit more than that with like the intermissions and warm-ups between the races and such. So it does turn itself into be a fairly decent long amount of time. But yet it still flies by. Like, by the time you even realise it, race 2's over, and then you go to race 3, race 3's over, and then you're at race 4, which is basically the end of the end of the evening anyway. These guys always bring their top form, and, oh, goodness me, Sir Alan Toon, Ralph Cullinan as a front row.
Yeah, Sir Alan Toon, Ralph Cullinan, PVG, Tom Griffiths, Longo, Owens, Hefford, Ayres, Bramer, Barry, Siddons, and Sansom here as well. But then we've got Littler, Chagnon, Hannington, and Darrell Wright. I have read it very quickly, but there's a reason, because they're all on the grid once more, all ready to go. So let's see what happens here for the final race of the season. For the evening of the UK SimRacers MX5 on a Tuesday evening with myself, James Parfitt, and Zach Sweeney. And we're going to have 4 lights, 5 lights, and now we're going to go green. Where is Tooney going off the start? Talk about covering off Ralph Cullinan there for Alan Toon. He went directly left off the start there, Zach, and tried to take the lead and take out Alan Toon right at the beginning. Go, Alan Toon, fight it out, son. You can know Tooney as he goes onto the grass. Alan Toon and Mick Barry go off as well. Ralph Cullinan's now at the front with Longo and PBG and Griffiths, your top 3. I'm not quite sure where Alan Toon was going. He went off onto the Shadow Realm.
Well, that's one way to stay out of people's way. That is... Yeah, right. Anyway, Sir Alan Toon is no longer basically in this race. That is a shame.
Oh,
I'm gutted. I'm gutted. I'm so gutted. Anyway, Tom Griffiths is trying to pick his way forwards.
Barry's in the background. He's gone off at turn 5 once more. Griffiths is fighting now with Longo. We know how much of a fight Longo's been this evening. So Longo's still... But no! Griffiths! Griffiths! No! Oh, I am not having a good night. I should have gone for Ralph. No.
Just give up.
I quit. Right, Ralph Cullinan leading us away. Here's that with PVG climbing right up behind him.
Yeah, really good start to this race, of course, from everyone's perspective. It has to be said. There goes PVG, I think, to the left-hand side. Cullinan not really got the capacity to fight it too much. However, the Irishman has not been a stranger to a good time in terms of a good fight. There he is to the inside of 10B, close to contact between the pair of them. Bit of a twitch from PVG as well as they rise up over the crest before they dip their way back down the roller coaster towards turn 12. Ralph Cullinan retains the lead of the race and of Alexandre Longo. I was thinking about going for the Frenchman for a win, but I didn't think he had enough in him. You know what? I'm kind of regretting it because he's now going to the inside. Oh no, they're 3 wide. They're maybe even 4 wide. Momentarily Longo for second for the lead. Even the Frenchman does it.
Oh, Longo's got the lead. Now he's fighting out with PVG as it goes up over the hill. Alexander Longo, the arm is leading. Can he get to the end for Longo? He's got 12.5 minutes through turn 4. Am I going to be here going Longo? Well, let's see. Can he hold on, Zach? Do you know what? I would put it past him tonight. He has been a rock.
Yeah, he has been. He's been a very, very, very firm, hard stone rock in the form of Alexandre Longo. I mean, he's just... I don't know what he had for breakfast today, but he's always been quick.
Yeah.
But today, it's different gravy. What was going on? Like, he has brought everything to the table. He has 8 and left absolutely 0 crumbs. I mean, right now he is side by side with PVG fighting away for the lead. But the fact he's even in that position to begin with, the fact he's even got a lead to defend is sensational.
Yeah, can he hold it going down into 10A? Longo on the right-hand side, car number 272. He's going to be side by side with PVG. He's going to squeeze PVG. He's going to keep his foot in. He's Longo to PVG. He's got a twitch. No, Longo. Oh. PVG. Oh. Oh.
Race over, I'm going home.
That's it. Broadcast ending. PVG there as well.
Hefford's gone! No!
Hefford's gone!
Did I just spin him out? I think he just pit maneuvered him. Oh no!
Oh! Bramer's off.
Oh my goodness.
Where's,
me, what is
where is
going on?
Bramer? Right, this is... No, that's not a good look, James. Where did... Right, let's start here with PBG. So, him and Longo coming out, they go across each other, right? PBG's on the right, he comes over and...
Oh, Pete.
That's Longo done and dusted. What happened to Steve Bedford? Well, that happened. To be honest, I'm not
pit maneuvered.
I don't know. We'll look at it from here. There goes Ewan Bramer.
Oh no.
Oh no, he just didn't do that very cleanly. Here as well, as we've still got Jamie Ayres, Miles Owens, Ralph Cullen and Sean Yunier. Longo's back here. He's back in it. Go on, Longo. Don't you give it up, son. As he's having it now, and we've got the arms in 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th with Griffiths, the last of the top 4 pros, sitting down in 8th overall here as well. So Jamie Ayres is going side by side with Miles Owens. Yeah, they did make it through turn 1. Now comes Ralph Cullen, and they're going to go side by side. Owens is going to... Oh, I thought that was a Bramer Hefford moment there. I've got to be honest, Zach.
Well, yeah, so did I, to be honest, very, very nearly. The SOB and Momo can't get enough of each other for the last, well, the entirety of this year, to be fair. They've been down each other's throats, really throwing everything and the kitchen sink at each other, but, well, for the most part, it's been fairly respectful. Hefford and Bramer, though, let's hope there's no bad blood between those two. But Ayres fighting with Owens, Cullen and Sean Yunier, Longo, Darryl Wright and Fiona Siddons. The majority of this fight is made up of AMs.
It is from Sean Yunier. Bramer's out. DNF for Mr. Sweeney in race 3 there. Rhea, first one to get the knife in.
Does she want some chips with that? Sorry, fries.
Fries.
Do you want some fries with that salt?
Yeah, no. There is a lot of salt going on in YouTube chat. Alexander Longo, is he going to get Sean Yunier? He is. Longo, oh, come on, Longo, do it. Give me something to shout about at the end of the race. Miles Owens, Jamie Ayres up through down the hill. They go into the final turn. 8 minutes on the clock. I can see these two coming together, you know, and I can see Cullinan getting pipped by Longo on the final lap down from 10A. What do you reckon?
I reckon so. I reckon it could happen. Yeah, well, there we go. Up the hill, side by side between the two of them. Let's see what can materialise here. Ayres and Owens. Owens thankfully backing out of that one. Cullinan, to be fair, could be a good shout in this win. How long we got left to go? Still just under, just over half the race left to go. There's Longo.
Is it?
To be fair, what a fight back. What a comeback.
I know. Nobody would begrudge if he won tonight. I'm not going to lie here as well. I think that's absolutely epic. Don't forget, guys, head over to the JPB Broadcasting merch store there as well. Get your winter Christmas jumper and a winter hat just to keep you warm, because that's all on there as well. Now? Yeah, we got hats. There's a beanie hat on there.
Nice.
Yeah.
I know you love your beanies, to be fair.
I do love my beanies, yeah. I constantly got a beanie on my head, even when I'm in the house, to be honest. But there we go. Miles Owens, Jamie Ayres. If these come together, this is going to be one epic fight back from Longo. He's side by side with Cullinan. I can see it happening. He's going to get Ralph on the final lap. He's going to take the victory. Ayres and Owens are going to do something crazy and end up committing Harry Kerry. And Longo's going to pit Ralph Cullinan on the final lap. I'm calling it now. That's what's going to happen. And if it doesn't happen, well, I don't know.
You don't know?
No, I don't know. To be honest, I don't really know what to say about it, to be honest. I don't really know. It's been a bit of a manic race 4. All I know is Alexander Longo had an incident, dropped down the order and has battled his way back into 4th. And at the moment, we've got Jamie Ayres and Miles Owens out in front coming round turn 1. What more of an interesting evening of racing can we have as we're going into the last 6 minutes of the final race of the evening here at round 10 of Road Atlanta. And we've got Zandvoort next. And then we finish the season off at Monza. I don't really know what more you could ask. If you're not loving this racing, I'm not quite sure you need to sit here and call yourself a sim racer or a racing fan, because this has been absolutely epic. Or in Phil's case, he's just here for the controversy. So, you know, it's a bit hit and miss.
Bit for the drama, isn't he?
Yeah. He obviously is an EastEnders fan, isn't he, his old Phil? If he wants drama, that's one programme you might as well go and watch, to be honest. I'm sure at some point they've all been related. It's such a weird, bizarre programme.
Well, it's set in London, not Norfolk, so...
Yes.
To be fair, EastEnders have probably got more seasons than Norfolkins do fingers, and that is quite impressive.
Yeah, it's been going for absolutely ever. It's set in Boreham Wood, actually, the Boreham Wood Elstree Studios. Just to let you know, Miles Owens going up the inside now of Jamie Ayres. Is this going to be the contact that we're going to be calling? Is this going to be the one? Is Jamie Ayres going to get the run out of the turn B, 10B? He is up, down under the bridge, and down 11 we go. Now down through turn 12. Here once more, 5 minutes on the clock. Jamie Ayres is going to get the run. Owens is going on the defence here as well. Ayres is going to try and send it around the outside. This is it. This is the moment. Something's going to happen. You can see it now. Miles Owens and Jamie Ayres are going to be side by side. There was almost contact. There is. It's going to... Oh, they've avoided each other. I thought that was it. Jamie Ayres is going to go. Now Miles Owens is coming back at him round turn 4. This is going to come to an end, Zach, and this is going to come to blows. I can see it now. Longo and Cullinan still coming at him as well. In the background, we've got a 4-car fight. Tom Griffiths is in 5th, but we're concentrating on this front. Is this going to be the final 4 minutes of complete and utter chaos here this evening, Mr. Sweeney?
Well, let's find out. I mean, I don't know. I'm on the edge of my seat here. I'm on a sugar rush from all them mince pies that I've been eating. 5-second rule is fine. These guys have just driven the adrenaline through the roof. I mean, Longo has dropped off a little bit. He's going to need a little bit of a battle to spark so he can reel his way back into contention. Let's see what the three of these guys have got in store for us going into turns 10A and 10B. Well, we've got 3 laps left to go. Miles Owens pulls out to the right-hand side in order to attack Jamie Ayres, but it's going to be the outside line as they run their way towards the chicane. Ralph Cullen, and he's going to go for it. He gets the squeeze from Jamie Ayres. He's going to thread the needle. The Irishman goes for the lead of the race. He's side by side, sandwiched in the middle. Miles Owens forced to concede.
Look who's
Ralph
coming!
Cullen then takes the lead of the race.
He's coming!
He's going for it!
He's going for it, Longo! He's coming down the hill now! He's gone past Jamie Ayres! And Miles Owens! Longo's in 3rd! Is this where the chaos is going to commence? Is Longo going to get this victory as an am? Then side by side, Jamie Ayres and Ralph Cullinan. Longo's going second! He's going second! It's the moment here for Alexander Longo! Go on, Frenchy man! You've got this! Longo in second! It's now here, 2 laps remaining. Can he do it, Zach? Can he take the win here this evening?
Alexander. Let's do it. Oh no, he's blinked. He's disconnected. Imagine. Oh my god. Come on, Jamie Ayres. I mean, Ralph Cullen is fighting him back. Let's see what Longo can do in order to defend, but he's got to be focusing forward. I mean, even second, third, top 5 would be a good result, but we've hyped it up now. It's got to happen. Cullinan, though, with a supreme move around the outside of not 1, but 2 corners. The wipers are on. There we go. At least we know they work for the next couple of months when, if rain ever does come.
Push him, Ralph. Push him.
Not into the wall, obviously.
No, not into the wall. You've got to go forward. You've got 2 laps to go. You've got to get hold of Jamie Ayres. He is leading the way. Tom Griffiths is coming into the background as well. Oh, Longo's gone again. Please stay on here as well. Miles Owens, Ralph Cullinan, nose to tail. Owens is pushing Cullinan along here. He's trying to close the gap on Jamie Ayres. They've all got to go over after the Welshman. We've got a Welshman. We've got an Irishman. We've got an Englishman. And we've got a Frenchman in the top 4. Finished off by the English of Tom Griffiths. So let's see what happens as we've got 1 more to go now. Can Ralph Cullinan keep up with Jamie Ayres round turn 1 of Road Atlanta in these MX5s with Miles Owens closing his way through. Owens has gone tight. He's trying to close the gap. This is going to be a problem for Longo and Griffiths because they're both breaking in contact. Cullinan's in the wall. Cullinan's in the wall. It's over for Ralph. He's in the wall. Final penultimate lap and the Irishman's in the wall.
Wow. Cullinan's another driver that we like to see do well. Race 4. That's what happens right at the end of the evening. Everyone's tired. Everyone's at sort of well, they've already passed their peak of performance. There you can see Miles Owens ahead of Alexander Longo. Tom Griffiths trying to put some pressure on him as well. Longo going to fight tooth and nail, I'm sure, for a podium. Let's see what Miles Owens can do in terms of pace, though. Because only a lap and a bit. He can't, surely.
He can't get him unless Ayres makes a mistake. Ayres has got to make a mistake. I don't believe he's going to get caught over the next lap. Owens has got the gap nearly down to just coming on to a second now. He's bringing Griffiths and Longo with him. He's going to be peaking down just below the 8 tenths, I believe, by the time they get in 9 tenths. There you go. Griffiths is going to run alongside Longo. Longo says, no, you do not come through. This is my track here this evening, and we're going on to the final lap of the final race of this evening, and the Welshman of Jamie Ayres leading here as well with the final lap coming up. Can Owens get him? It's going to be close, I think, but I don't think he's got enough in the tank.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. And yeah, what is the gap? Yeah, one second. Even if he could catch it, it's then also passing. It'll be one very desperate attempt if he can into the final chicane, and it's going to take Jamie Ayres to mess up now just to allow that chain reaction, that butterfly effect to happen. Longo, I think, at best is going to be looking for second, maybe even that, maybe third. No! He's fighting away. Tom Griffiths, this contact, he's in the wall!
No! Now
Yes.
I was cheering for you, Alexander Longo, and now you've just put my pick in the wall.
What a guy. Longo.
Don't say thank you. No, he's not here. I think it's going to be Jamie Ayres. I think Ayres is going to get this. Rhea's going to go away happy. Bramer's out. Griffiths is in 7th now. Unfortunately for him, and Phil with Miles Owens is in 2nd. If Owens goes for it, he is going to come from a long way back. Such a long way back here as well. Chonye on the defense from Darrell Wright in the background there as well. But it is going to be Jamie Ayres. It is going to be Miles Owens, and it will be the Griffiths in the podium. We've got more Rams in the top 10 than we have pros. Jamie Ayres, the Welshman, comes over the line. He takes that victory. Longo gets 3rd. Chonye 4th with Darrell Wright. Colin Sansom going to finish it off here in 5th. Is Tom Griffiths going to hold on? Come on, Tom. Hold on, son. As he goes over the line, he does hold on to 7th place. And literally the top 12, 9 AMs and only 2 pros. 3 pros, sorry, with Griffiths.
Pros need to step it up, don't they?
Yeah, they do, don't they? Oh, dearie me. What an epic evening of racing. I think you've got to admit, Alexander Longo, well, driver of the evening. 4. Oh, no, he didn't. He got 3 out of the 4. He got 3rd in race 1. Chonye took that victory, and what? Wow. Absolutely wow here from the UK SimRacers. What an evening of racing. Jamie Ayres is your winner with Miles Owens in 2nd. Then we've got the AM winner of Longo, gotta be driver of the night without a shadow of a doubt. Arnold Chonye in 4th and Darrell Wright in 5th. That's your AM podium with Colin Sanson in 6th. Tom Griffiths rounds out the podium for the pros. Then we've got more AMs of Littler, Siddons, Barry, Haddington and Toon, and then we got the pros of PBG, Cullinan, Hefford and Bramer there, 13th, 14th, 15th and 16th. Zach, that can only be described as, well, incredible.
Yeah. Road Atlanta always delivers, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's an amazing circuit. It looks, it looks kind of like a chicken drumstick if you tilt your head, but well, to be fair, I'd rate it as highly as a chicken drumstick, to be fair, in terms of the race that we get out of it. Do you not agree? It does look like a chicken drumstick, doesn't it?
I have never.
Or like a fish from up top.
What? I can't quite answer. If your chicken drumsticks look like that, mate, you need to go away and sort it out.
Or a meat cleaver. Maybe there's a meat cleaver in that, I guess.
I was thinking more along the lines of a caveman hammer, with the grip being turned 6 and 7 and the head being turned 12 to 1. Final words from you this evening, young man?
I do like my chicken drumsticks and I do like my Road Atlantis, so that's pretty successful evening. I'm looking forward to Zandvoort and Monza. Let's round this season off on a high.
Absolutely. Don't forget, guys, more racing coming up on the JPB YouTube channel. You got the late models from Martinsville. That's going to be with Dean Biggles and Chris Hannigan later on. Evolution GT3 on Thursday with, again, Mr. Biggles and Steve Carabellis. Myself and Ewan O'Leary on the Radical Race Series. Then we've got the next gen triple bypass there as well on the Friday morning for the UK, Thursday evening for the US. TSRC round 4 from the Nürburgring for their multi-class. Then you got JPB TCR round 8 from Lime Rock. That's going to be a good one. Sim Racing for Simpletons on Saturday. Then we've got the Racers Elite Mixed Series from Williams Park, I think it's called, on Sunday morning for the UK. Again, Saturday evening for the US. Premier Endurance GT4 from Suzuka. That's going to be taking place Sunday morning for the UK. Australia, it's the evening, and America, it's very early. And then we've got the of course, everybody's favourite F3, the IGP series on Sunday. But I think everybody can sit at home and safely admit it's been an epic evening of racing. If I'm late for next week, I'll have long go for race 1, says Phil across the bill. Well, that's talking about stacking your eggs in one basket there. But for now, guys, I've been James Parfitt alongside Zach Sweeney. Take care. Have a great week. And as always, you never know. We just might see you on the track sometime. Good night.